Good morning. This is Kathy Peck coming to you from Wichita Falls, Texas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this morning I just want to share with you a coordinating card for the Thanksgiving holiday and a little gift packet. So I know many of us are not going to be having Thanksgiving with our families due to the COVID. And so for my family, I'm making up cards in little packets that they can put on the table or just enjoy for themselves. So I have family in Illinois, my daughter's in Mississippi, I have more family in Amarillo, Texas. So first we'll start with this really cute card here, and then I have the coordinating Mini Curvy Keepsake box. That's so easy, but we'll start with the card. So this card is 11 by 4 1/4, and I'm using the Stitched Leaves dies on here and the Gilded Autumn paper. So let me show you those. Those are in the fall catalog on page 45. So I'll be using, and also for the little treat box, I used the stick punches, for this, and I punched out some leaves and acorn from the paper. So here's the DSP, the Gilded Autumn DSP, the beautiful autumn punch bundle. I used the Brushed Metallics for these leaves that I die cut, and the die cut is the Stitched Leaves, which is on this page here, 2 pages away. It's from the Love of Leaves bundle, and they are the Stitched Leaves dies, and it has several dies of different leaf shapes, and then these lines, this little graphic line that you can see. So I've pre-cut everything, and we're just going to assemble it, and we're going to use a different piece of paper for this next card, and a different card base. This card base is going to be Cajun Craze. Again, it's cut 11.5 by 4 1/4, or excuse me, 11 by 4 1/4. There is no 11.5. And as usual, I like to put a liner. This is a very vanilla liner. I'm going to put in here. Everyone has their preference. I like to line my cards with either very vanilla or whisper white. Some folks like to use some of the lighter colors, like perhaps the Seaside Spray would make a good one, or the Soft Sea Foam would make a nice liner as well, because they're light colors, or even the yellows. For the first layer, you have look at this. This is the Brass Brushed Metallic. The metallic papers come in a 3-pack, and it's the first time they've offered brushed metallics. So it's a 3-pack of 12 by 12s, and you get 2 each of 3 colors: bronze, copper, and gold. And this is the bronze. And I love the brushed look of these. So on top of that, let's see, let me give you this measurement first. This is 4 5/8 by 3 1/8. And on top of that, we'll have this very vanilla piece that's cut 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. And you see I ran it through the die with that long dashed die from the Stitched Leaves. I can show you that in here just to give you a quick peek at it. I like it. It just adds a nice accent, and you can use it either way. You can put it horizontal, vertical, left, right, whatever you want. It's really nice. And all the leaves are stitched inside and out. So what we'll do is glue these two together, and I find since this has a very rough texture, I'm using glue, but you've got to hold it down for a few seconds to really let it attach. And you don't want to be overly generous with your glue, but you don't want to miss the edges, or they do tend to pop up because it's passed through the stamp cut and emboss machine. Alright. And if you get a little extra glue on there, it comes right off that foil pretty easy. seems to be cut a little off somewhere, but that's okay. I can trim it up here in a minute. I'm just going to hold that down. I really hate when it's off. Good morning, Connie. Is the carryover list out? Well, how are you doing, Miss Connie? All right, so now we're going to take a strip of the DSP, and this is another piece of the DSP. See, one side has some gold foil leaves on it, and the other side is striped, and I'm going to use the striped side because I like how it coordinates with this. And yes, I always cut these big. Oh, and I should have put this on first. Well, leave it to me to do something backwards, but that's okay. On a day that I have everything here that I need, I still make a mistake. I'm doing pretty good. Last week wasn't so good, but this week I'm better. All right, so I'm going to stick this on here, and then I'm going to carefully trim it off. Wish me luck that I trim it correctly. Or close enough. We're getting there. This is how you fix a boo-boo. Pull this back a little. I don't recommend doing it this way, but if you have to, you have to. You know what? No one's going to know but me, well, and you all. Well, there's a large boo-boo down there, but that's okay. It'll get fixed later. You get the idea. So this is 1 inch by 4. It should be 1 inch by 4.5 if you cut it ahead of time. If you don't cut it ahead of time like I did, just remember to glue the DSP onto the very vanilla before you get started. So let's see who else is here. Oh, Connie, last week I got on here and guess who was here? And it just startled me who was watching. Then I started to like fumble all over the place. It was Dawn. I got so nervous. I felt like a little schoolgirl. It was funny. Okay, yes, I put a lot of dimensionals on here. Let me tell you why. Because I just like to. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some tear and tape, and I'm going to put it right here. And if you don't have tear and tape, you can use the Stampin' Seal. And because I have a little trick for my ribbon or my trim. See, this card goes really fast, well, because I have everything cut ahead of time. And I'm not going to stamp a sentiment inside. Oops, this is not tearing today. I'm going to just write, because I have a lot to say to some folks, I guess. All right, so I'm going to take off the strips. I like my little handy-dandy pokey tool. This is my favorite tool. No longer available at Stampin' Up. They have replaced it with the Take Your Pick tool, because it's a nice tool too, and it has interchangeable ends, like one of those screwdrivers that you can change the ends from Phillips to flathead and vice versa. Okay, so I'm wrapping this linen trim around 3 times, and as I'm wrapping it around the back, I'm sticking it here because I want it to stay in place, and it's just going to go around 3 times. And then I'm going to make it look nice, nicer than this. So I'm going to kind of space it. Oh, my fingernails are trash today, so I trimmed them, so now I can't grab anything. All right, so I space it. There we go. That's done. And these are the 3 leaves from the stitch leaves dies that I have die cut. And this is the copper, brushed copper. Don't you love that brush foil? This is the bronze, and then the gold. And what I did beforehand, let me stick this down here. Before I forget, I'll stick this on, is I'm going to use glue dots and kind of arrange the leaves ahead of time before I stick them on the card. And I find, for me, that was easier. Just like it would be easier if I'd put the DSP on here ahead of time first. Okay, so I'm going to arrange the leaves with glue dots, and what I like to do with the glue dots is kind of roll them up a little bit. So you just take your glue dot here and you just use your tool and just roll it a little, preferably not around the tool. Just roll it up, and then I'm going to stick it on this first. Let's see, on this leaf I want in the background, so I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to lay this one on top, and I want to separate them just a little. And then I'm going to take another glue dot. There goes my daughter outside to watch the trash man. She loves the trash man. Then he's going to honk his horn, and because she skips class to go see the trash man. She should be on her online class, but she likes to run outside and wave to the trash man. All right. So there we go. So I just arranged that, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to apply some more glue dots. Spreading them out a little and just putting the glue dot like at the join, you know, or where the two leaves meet. Kind of keep them in place. Now I will tell you, this is my third card like this. The first one I made, I used Whisper White background, and I didn't like that as well. Okay, so that's going to keep them in place nicely. See, that's not bad. And then I'll just add a few more to adhere them to the card front. And if you want it to look like it has a little movement, then I suggest you don't put glue dots up here, because this will lift away from the card front a little bit, and it'll give it some dimension, give it a little movement. And then I'm going to slide these under this trim, stick them down. See, there you go. See how it's away from the card a little? Give it a little movement, except for this one right here, but it's all right. Now, I'm going to take my trim. I'm going to tie a bow. I did a bow this morning, and it came out really good. I usually have trouble with bows, but today is a bow day. And I'm just grabbing all 3 rows of trim, tying it down. So see, it'll make you think that I wrapped it around and tied it in the front, but no. This is easier. So here we go. Need some fresh scissors over here. These are kind of dull. All right. Here we go. First one. All done.
I help Miss Sue.
Okay, now I'll show you. A neighbor just brought coffee, and everybody has to talk. Okay, here we go. Now, for this little treat box, this is very, very easy to do. This one's not staying closed, but I put some chocolate in there. Okay, I'm going to do a different color of the DSP, the color that coordinates with the card. See, and this is the Mini Curvy Keepsake box. It is in the annual catalog on page 182. There it is, right there. And it has several different tags. It has 5 different tags with it. I'm using the oval tag, and you just die cut it in the holes right there. And it has some little sprigs, I guess like evergreen sprigs. I'll show you it right here. You have to cut your paper about 6 by 6 to fit it in there, because it's a pretty big die. So there you go. Yeah, this is like a snowflake, star, kind of a teardrop shape, oval, heart. So you could use, this is perfect like Valentine's, Christmas. This could be also the shape of like a Christmas ball. It's perfect for any time of the year when you want to send a little something or have a little treat somewhere. Okie dokie. So I did that. I die cut it. put this aside, and then I'm going to fold it. You'll see you have your folds on the inside. Remember, it's just like when you're doing your cardstock. You want to fold towards the mountain. So quick and easy. These I'm going to fold out a little bit because you want them to stand up. So what I did is I got two sides together. The two in the middle, and you poke them through. And then I'm going to throw in my 2 Hershey nuggets. We always have nuggets in the house. And look, that's done. How quick is that? No glue, just poof. Now I'm going to stamp this little oval, and the sentiment I picked from the Harvest Hellos because this week is my grateful week, and I want to give thanks. So that's the only give thanks stamp that I have, but another stamp set that would work really good is Itty Bitty Greetings. You can find something in there that you liked. It all depends on your preference. So here's my stamp, and I forgot the ink. Okay, I'm going to go get the ink. I always forget something. You know, Connie, you should buy these. I really like it. Speaking of the Mini Curvy Keepsake Dies, I've had them for, I don't know how long, a long time, probably almost a year, and I finally started using them this year, or this month. Okay, this is my give thanks. I'm going to put it a little closer so I can see where I'm stamping. And I want to, this time I'm going to put it kind of high, because I want to punch some of these little leaves. This is the leaves from the Gilded Autumn DSP. Good morning, Mark. And it coordinates perfectly with the punches, the little autumn punch pack. Did you get the autumn punch pack, Connie? And I'm going to use a different piece of DSP now, and see, it has this. I think this was a flower. Did we decide that was a flower? And on this side are the leaves and the acorns and things like that. So I'm going to punch them out. I'm going to do this is, I think, Pool Party, Cajun Craze, and then the crumb cake and the soft suede. I need to do a little creative trimming to get them out, though. Not quite enough. You didn't. I really like your little poinsettia thing you did with the candles. I don't keep candles anymore, but that was cute. That'd be like a cute little hostess gift for something. If you're going to somebody's house for a party or whatever. Or if you would like to go to someone's house for a party, but you can't, you can always send that. There's one. I hope this little punch pack sticks around for a while. I really like it. All right, and I want to get this Cajun Craze one, so I'm going to chop around here and try not to cut too much. And if you cut your paper too short when you're trimming, you know, you can use a sticky pad, or I just take a scrap piece of cardstock. Yes, you can. There you go. You can put them on anything. All right, which way does that go? Okay. Oh, that's that way. Of course, the acorn has to be different. Oh, and I just cut that one. Sorry, little acorn. I got to pick a different one. Here we go. And again, I'm going to use glue dots to just attach these to the tag. And then the same trim to tie the tag onto the box. I think these are cute. I think my families will like getting them. I'll be sending some to my sister-in-law in Amarillo for her and her husband and their Thanksgiving that they're having by themselves. My husband's auntie and uncle. Okay, a little glue dot and then just a little position. Put it where you want it. But the glue dot should go on the leaf first. Let's see, I think this one I'm gonna stick kind of behind here. I love these leaves. I love these colors. Who would have thought of blue leaves? Here we go. There. That is done. Stick this on here. Just take your trim. You don't need much trim. And I like to tie it like this. Just grab the two ends, turn them around together. Poof. There we go. 2 cards and they're coordinating little gift boxes. How's that? Thank you for joining me. So I'll be back next week just before Thanksgiving with something a little Christmassy. Okie dokie. So you all have a good day. Don't forget to check out my blog, teandstamps.blogspot.com. These will be posted up there later. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, Connie. Enjoy your day. Stay warm. Bye.